Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. So today we are going to start the problem with the waste. So solid biodegradable waste, if not decomposed properly, rots in the open and can become a breeding ground for disease. Like if the waste is not this decomposed very properly, so if that is in the open, so that will become a breeding ground for the disease causing organisms, let's say flies, mosquitoes, cockroaches. So drains may get choked by the solid waste such as plastic bags. So such waste can prove fatal for stray animals if they eat that accidentally, right? Then we have the waste management. Okay, so how are we going to manage the waste? For first one is a biodegradable waste management. In this, the biodegradable waste can be used to serve nature and plants, right? The two common methods are the landfills and the composting. So now we will study about that. What are landfills? They are low-lying areas, okay, in which waste is buried in layers. So we are burying the waste in layer. Each layer is covered with soil, okay. After landfill is full, it can be converted into a park. The Indraprasth Park in New Delhi is built on a landfill site. So what they are saying that, for example, there is waste, I just bury the waste in one layer, then each layer is covered with soil, then the other layer, then there's soil, okay. So the example is the Indraprasth Park that is in Delhi, that is built on a landfill site. Then we have the composting. It involves making compost or manures from biodegradable waste. Compost is very good for growing plants. Biodegradable waste, this is vegetable peels, the iron shells, the dead leaves. They are placed in a wooden box along with some mud, okay, just like this. Okay, the box is covered and left for a few days. A little water is added. The waste decay is converted into manure, so that becomes useful for the growth of plants. A good type of composting is vermicomposting, in which the earthworms are added, okay, that is converting that part into manure, and then we can use it for growing plants. Then we have, this was how to deal with the now we have how to deal with the non-biodegradable waste. So the best example, there is the best way to tackle with that is that we have to reduce their generation, and if they are generated, we have to reuse for some different purposes and then recycle them as well. And if we avoid generating waste, we don't have to worry. Like it's like if we are not generating that, so we don't have to be worried about how to manage that, right? So we have to reduce simple things like carrying a cloth bag for shopping instead of the plastic bag, right? Because यहाँ पे भी कुछ time पहले ये बताया था, plastic bags, they will have this penalty, so we have to go for the cloth bags, right, or the paper bags. Then we have the reuse means is to use an item more than once, right? For example, we have these empty jars, we are not going to throw them, we can use that for storing some other thing, right? So environment में जाएगा ही नहीं, that won't be harmful. Then we have the recycle, that means making useful things from that waste. Objects made of metal, glass can be melted and used for making different things, right? Like the rag pickers play a very important role in recycling in our country. These are the rag pickers. What they do, they just make useful things out of the waste things. Then we have ways to manage waste. We should manage with throwing garbage in the correct bin. We should throw the right waste in the right bin. Segregating household garbage, right, into biodegradable and non-biodegradable, and reducing the use of plastic, using material that can be recycled, and buying things with least amount of packaging to avoid generation of waste. So the summary of this chapter is first waste, then the sources and the types. For the types, we studied about the biodegradable and non-biodegradable, and for the sources, we study about the domestic, the industrial, the agricultural, the biomedical, then the e-waste and the nuclear waste. Then we studied about how to manage them as well, and that's all for the today.